to another video. Today I'll be making coriander grilled chicken burgers. So for this we'll be needing around 1 cup of corianders, around 1 tablespoon of garlic, 1 green chili, 1 tablespoon of red chili peppers, 1 tablespoon of oregano, 1 teaspoon black pepper, 1 teaspoon salt, and around half teaspoon of kalonji or black seed. And we will also be needing the lemon juice of around 2 lemons. So for this, first we will be making the paste. So these are the things we'll need for the paste, and around 1 to 2 tablespoons of oil. So first we will start by adding our garlic. We will then add our coriander. Then we will add all our spices and our green chili into this. So now I'll add some oil. It will add as a liquefier and it will kind of give it a paste way. So we don't have to necessarily measure it. We just need to approximately add some in. Then we will add our lemon juice into it. This will also help in liquefying and giving a nice taste to it. Now I will blend this in, and because the green chilies in this, we need to make sure it does not come in contact with our eyes. So now I'll be making the paste of this, so I'll see you in a little while. Now that our sauce is done, it should look something like this. So now we'll be moving on and marinating our chickens. So for this, we will be needing some mayonnaise to brush on and our sauce that we just made. So I'm just going to take 1 piece. So I have 1 kg of chicken breast here. I will take 1 piece and just put some mayonnaise on both sides and massage it on. Just gonna flip this over and do the same with the other side. I'm using around 1 teaspoon of mayonnaise on each side. So now that I'm done with the mayonnaise, I'm going to use a brush, and I'm just gonna brush on some of the sauce that we just made. I'm using 2 different spoons so that the flavors don't get mixed up and that it gives a unique flavor, like layers. So I'm just gonna flip this. So I'm going to do this with the rest of my pieces as well, so I'll see you then. Covered all of the chicken breasts with the sauce that we made in mayonnaise. I'm going to refrigerate these for 30 minutes to overnight. It can vary amongst how long when you want to serve them, or if you want to put them in the freezer, it should be at least maximum 30 minutes to 45 minutes. So now I'm going to be marinating the potatoes. For this, I will need around 1 tablespoon of oregano, 1 teaspoon of red chili flakes, and 1 teaspoon of salt. I'm just going to put around 1 to 2 tablespoons approximately onto these potatoes so that these spices stick onto the potato. I've also boiled these potatoes lightly because when you grill them, at times they might not cook well. So I'm just going to mix these spices. and I'm just going to sprinkle them over the potatoes so that it's distributed evenly. So after this, we're going to refrigerate these for up to 30 minutes so that all the spices stick onto the potato, and then we'll grill them. And in the meantime, the chicken would also be marinated enough, so I'll see you in 30 minutes. Now that our chicken and potato have refrigerated, we're going to grill them. So I have heated up my grill and I'm just going to grill them. I'm putting in 2 pieces at a time, so it'll be easier for us to cook it. I'm just going to add all the potatoes in at once. We have to keep them spaced evenly so that all the spices don't come off at one and one is totally bland. So I'm going to turn the stove on and let these cook for about, the potatoes cook until they're nice and brown, because these are already boiled. And I'm going to let the chicken cook until it is nice and tender. So I'll see you then. When chicken are cooking, we're going to be making the burger sauce. So for this, I've taken a 1/4 cup of mayonnaise and kept it separate. For with the rest of the 1/4 cup of mayonnaise that we used previously in marinating the chicken, I'm just going to add a few drops of hot sauce in it to give it a little bit of flavor. There's not any restriction in how much you add, you just don't want too much. And you can do it regarding how much how spicy you like it to be. But you also want it to give it a nice orangish red color. So this much is pretty much enough. So I'm going to take this out in a clean bowl, and yeah, that's it. So now I'll see you when the rest of the chicken has cooked, and so these are the last 3 chicken pieces left. I'm putting all of the chicken pieces in this spot here because the spot will keep it warm. So I'm just gonna So we're just gonna close this and we're going to assemble the burgers now. This pot is hot, so we'll have to keep it on something so it won't ruin the base. So on one side of the burger, I'm going to be on the base of the burger, I'm going to be putting the normal plain mayonnaise. I'm just gonna spread it out. On the other side, I'm going to be adding the burger sauce that we made. I am then going to add the chicken that we just made. And because it's warm right now, I'm just going to add some cheddar cheese on top. You can use whatever kind of cheese you want, but I prefer, personally, I like cheddar better because it just melts, and it can, at times, it can also give that stringy effect. So There's our burgers. On the side, we can also add some potatoes. And you can add any lettuce or tomatoes if you want on the side, but I don't like them, so I'm not adding them. And so I'm going to go ahead and make the rest of the burgers, and I'll see you then. Now that our burgers are assembled, we have to put them together. So we're going to, when we reheat these, the cheese will melt. So that's an advantage with cheddar cheese. It's easier to melt. So that's it. We're done. So now when you want to serve them, you can reheat them. That way all the cheese will melt, and I'll see you then. So now I'm going to be reheating this. I'm using the same pan I used to warm the potatoes because this one is double-sided, so it heats both sides of the burger. So I'm going to get as many burgers as I can in this. So I'm probably going to get around 6 in this. So I'm going to close this and put this on the stove on around medium-low heat. And so when these are warm, I'll see you then. I've warmed these for about 2 to 3 minutes, and they look like this now. I've also added the potatoes in. So I'm going to serve it like this so they remain hot. And so, bye! Bye!